Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, welcome. And if you guys are returning, thank you so much for watching. Today is Memorial Day weekend kickoff. It's Sunday. We're going to my mom's so we can go cook out and eat some food. Me and my sister actually cooked most of the sides. I made yams, macaroni and cheese, and then also deviled eggs. So I'm gonna get into that a little bit with you guys, show you a little bit of what we do. We actually started a catering business, so we're very excited about that. But today will be the perfect opportunity for me to be able to show off some of my signature sides that you guys will see. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get in the video and let's take it to the kitchen. So the first thing we have is our yams. So what you do is go ahead, clean the yams, get them cut like this. I do mine like this, maybe cut them a little bit in half so they're smaller pieces. I used about 2/3 of water in the bottom of the pan. You got the yams, go ahead and throw them right in the pot. Get your sugar together. I did half brown sugar and then half white sugar. Added in my cinnamon and my nutmeg to that. We got the honey, the cinnamon, and also the nutmeg. Go ahead and add in that ground cinnamon there, just a little bit, not too much. You don't need much because we're going to put some more in later. So go ahead and take your nutmeg. Go ahead and put a little bit of that in there as well before you go ahead and pour that mixture into your yams. So I like nutmeg. I added a little bit more, but you do not have to. All right, go ahead and add that into the first batch. And I put half of them in there first. Added my sugar, and then we're going to go ahead and put another batch on top as we're doing here. And then you want to go ahead and add a second mixture of the sugar just right on top of the second batch of the potatoes, and make sure it's all around. Okay, I took my honey. I'm going to put honey on the very top. I didn't use too much, but it makes it a little bit more sweet in my opinion. And then look at that. Looks super, super good. I'm adding a little more honey, as you can see. You guys can add honey if you like to. If not, it's perfectly fine. So now you want to take your vanilla flavor. I have clear. You're going to go ahead and drop a little bit of that in there. Not too much. It's going to be very watery. Go ahead and put on your lid and set it to medium. Put it on about 11 minutes. Let it cook. Now remove the lid and you're going to go ahead and stir the very top parts of the yams here. This is too high. Go ahead and turn the stove down to medium heat. Your lid back on top, make sure that it's cracked so there's airflow. Now I'm going to make my butter, you guys. So you put the butter, the sugar, all that good stuff. Go ahead and give that a little bit of a stir around and let that sit a low heated setting. So now you want to take your yams, and this is the yams that I pulled from the first pot that I made. I had put some salted butter on there. I'm going to let that melt in there for a little bit. And then my nieces and nephews, they love my yams. So I had to make a little bit more. As you can see, I'm pulling them out and then I'm transferring them over to the pan here that we're going to be putting back in the oven once the sauce is made. So here's the sauce, you guys. It should be bubbling just at this consistency. Looks so good and it is very tasty. So now we are moving over to the mac and cheese. First, you're going to go ahead and boil that water. I used 2 boxes of mac and cheese. I set it on out. We're going to be working on the custard. Take 2 eggs, some heavy whipping cream. I used half of this container right here. Then you're also going to get the whole milk only, you guys. I did half of that as well. You're going to go ahead and get your sour cream. I only added 1 teaspoon of that. And then you're going to go ahead and stir that bad boy around till it's nice and mixed and a smooth consistency. Go ahead and get that mixed. Now the mac and cheese, you want to take your butter. You want to go ahead and throw it in there. Get that stirred around so that your noodles are nicely coated. Take your cheese, which this is cheddar cheese. So we're going to go ahead and throw the cheddar cheese in there. Keep throwing it in there. Keep throwing it in there. Now on this recipe, I am using someone's YouTube recipe for the mac and cheese. I like to make my mac and cheese a different way, but I wanted to try this method. This was considered a viral mac and cheese. Add more sour cream. Now you're going to go ahead and add in your spices to your mix, you guys. Now you're going to take your pan, you have your mac and cheese, you have your mix, you have the cheese that you're going to put. What we're going to do now is build it together. So you're going to take your pan, get your mac and cheese, go ahead and spread this all over the bottom of the pan. We're only going to use half of the pot at this moment because we need to build mac and cheese, and then we're going to layer it with everything as far as the mix, the cheeses, all that good stuff before we add another layer on. So go ahead and continue doing that. You're going to add your seasoned mix to this, and you're only doing half of this at the moment because once again, we're going to continue to build the mac and cheese. So now I took my cheese, which is Munster cheese. I laid it on top. I got some mozzarella cheese that I'm placing on top. In my opinion, I should have used more cheese. I don't know why I didn't. Go ahead and take your cheddar cheese, and as you can see, this is already built. Now we're checking on the yams, you guys. So I just pulled it out the oven. We're going to add our mix, and that looks so yummy and so caramelized. I love it. So once you add your mix on there, you're going to go ahead and put this right back in the oven. Make sure that you add oil. So here's a close-up of what the sauce looks like on top of the yams. We're going to go ahead and put this back in the oven here for about 30 minutes. Let that caramelize, let that cook, and I'll show you guys the end result. On to my favorite recipe, which is my deviled eggs, you guys. People go crazy. So these are all of the ingredients that I use. This is the only thing I use. You have your eggs, you have your Duke Mayo, ranch is the specialty. You have your cup here for your mixture. Then you have your eggs that you're going to cut up. All of the seasonings. We have the beef bacon and all of that good stuff. So let's get started. Now you're going to go ahead and add this beautiful beef bacon to this pot that you have right here. Go ahead and add those pieces. Try to separate them as much as you can. Doesn't really matter at the end of the day. They're all going to be broken down and placed on top of the eggs. We use beef bacon because we don't eat pork and we don't work with pork. Me, myself, I can eat pork sometimes, but babe, she does not mess with it. So we do beef, we do turkey, we do all of that good stuff. Now you have your regular boiled eggs here, as you can see. Go ahead and cut them in half, just like this. Now you're going to go ahead and take the yolk, poke the back of it, pull it out, put it in the cup. Simple. You have your empty eggs here. Update on the baked mac and cheese. Look at that. That looks amazing. So now we're going to let this sit here for about 15-20 minutes. Come back, check on it. Now back to the beef bacon. Make sure that you guys have this on low medium so that way it's cooking very slowly and it can get very crispy to the way that you would want to have it before you put it on the egg. You want to take your egg yolk. You have your eggs here. You want to take the yolk, go ahead and beat it into a fine yolk. You have that there. Add your mayo. I added a few scoops. Go ahead and add your mustard, your relish, and your seasonings to this, y'all. Mix that around. Add the secret ingredient, which is the ranch. I added a dollop. A dollop only, you guys. Don't need a lot. Go ahead and get them bad boys together, and voila, this is the end result of the beef bacon ranch eggs. This was a hit. My mom kept the rest of the eggs to herself, but that's okay. I know how to make them. Get into it. Look at these candied yams, y'all. Look at these candied yams. When I tell you they turned out perfect, they are the perfect candied yams. They taste just like candy. My niece hooked. She took them all. Babe loved them. I promise you, if you follow the method, they will turn out perfect every single time. This is candy yams. All right, y'all, so we about to cut into this macaroni and cheese and see how this turned out. In my opinion, there could have been more cheese added. It just was a little dry for me. But everyone complimented me on it. Everyone loved it. But I think that I'll stick to my method next time. Then we have the buttered rolls. This is the honey butter rolls that Babe makes that we do have on our catering menu. These rolls are fire and they were gone.
No. I even got you in it for real. See, look, I got you about to get them.
Yeah.
Here, little fingers. Got it.
No. I'm getting these from my mom.
Okay, get it close then.
No.
Don't be lying.
Yeah.
For your mom.
Yeah.
You make sure you get all of this on camera, babe.
Yeah.
We should have got the plate she ate.
Yeah.
We should have got the plate she ate.
Yeah. She saw.
Caught on camera.
She said she wanted some more.
She want all that?
Yeah.
Mom Duke said she wanted all that.
Yeah.
Why you always lying?
No, I'm not
Why
lying.
you always lying?
It's called.
Ooh, oh my God.
It's called a joke, but
Stop
no.
lying.